What is up, everyone, and welcome back to the Bunsa's Bucket List Podcast, the show that brings you everything basketball. I'm your host, Shea and O'Reilly, and today I'm once again joined by my co-host and big brother, Callaghan. Cal, how is everything going?
Everything's going well, Shay. Thanks for asking, my man. Excited to be back for episode 4 of the podcast. I know you've been eager to get back out here. As always, I'm thrilled to be here and really excited to see what this episode has in store for us. What do you have lined up?
Thanks for asking. I'm happy to be back. Firstly, I want us to give a quick recap of the conference finals. Then I figure we could talk about game one of the finals and our predictions for the rest of the series. Cal, why don't you start us off by summarizing what happened in the conference finals?
Yeah, of course. So first off, we'll start with the Western Conference Finals, where the Nuggets swept the Lakers 4-0. The King goes down. Jokic averaged a triple-double in this series, putting up a staggering 27.8 points per game, 14.5 rebounds, 11.8 assists. Just absolutely ridiculous numbers impacting the game all over the place. Shea, is he solidifying himself as one of the best, if not the best, basketball player in the world right now?
Couldn't agree more. I mean, Jokic just finds ways to get better. He's finding ways to get his team involved. Like he's so in tune to getting his team involved. It's crazy to watch, and it's really fun to watch as well. Because I mean, you have the best big, in my opinion, just going for 30 plus in the finals.
It's
Like,
crazy. It's absolutely wild to watch. You couldn't be more right. To me, as skilled as he is, his innate ability to make those around him more of a threat on the offensive side may be his best attribute that he has. So definitely hats off to the Nuggets for taking care of business in that series. We'll move over to the Eastern Conference Finals next. The Heat get revenge on the Boston Celtics. They go into the Garden in Game 7 and take care of business. Jimmy Butler averaged a cool 25 points a game, 7.5 rebounds, 6 assists, and almost 3 steals. He continues to play basketball at a high level. What do you think about the series, and why wasn't Boston able to pull it off in the end?
I think for me, with Jimmy Butler on the court, you're either gonna get blown by, or you're gonna just get pissed on the defensive end.
He's going to be a
He's that kind
pest.
of player. I mean, he's just his motor just never stops, and he gets his team involved, and he winning player.
He's definitely a winning player. Jimmy is one of those guys who impacts the game in a winning fashion. It may not always show up in the stat sheet. It does a lot, but he does all those things and makes those winning plays that don't necessarily always show up in the stat sheet. All right, last but not least, we're going to give a quick recap on game one, and then we'll go over what we think our predictions are going to be, what's going to happen for the remainder of the series in the finals. Nuggets take game one in the Mile High City. Shea, Jokic and Murray combined for 53 points on Jokic's triple-double. Casual, he does that all the time now, not surprised. While on the other side, Jimmy Butler, Caleb Martin, Duncan Robinson, and Max Strus all combined for just 19 points. That's not going to get it done. Shea, what are your thoughts on game one and what the Heat need to do to battle back in this series, and what are your predictions for the remainder of the series?
I think for the Heat to battle back in the series, they're gonna have to either do something against Jokic. Like they're gonna have to either put Caleb and Bam and double team him, or Jimmy Butler to maybe try it out. But if not, Jokic is just he's gonna make you pay.
You're
Like
absolutely right. I think they're going to have to find a way to stop that high pick and roll that Jamal Murray and Jokic do so well. They have multiple different options spotting up out of that, and Jokic just does an amazing job finding his teammates out of that pick and roll, makes such good decisions. Shea, who do you think is going to take this series, and what do you think it's going to? What game?
I I think the Heat can maybe win a couple of games. I just think because you have arguably the best player on the court, and you have Jamal Murray with that as well. I really do think the Nuggets can do it
Yeah.
because I mean they make the team better. Jokic, he's gonna do his part, and
Yep.
we know what that monster can do.
Yeah, I may have to agree with you. I think Miami may get a couple games in this series. Although they've continued to prove everyone wrong, being the eighth seed to make it all the way to the finals, that in itself is an amazing feat. But I do see the Nuggets taking this one. I'm gonna say I'll give them game 5 or 6. I think the Heat will take one or two.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I'll
And
probably go to maybe 6
yeah,
or something
yeah.
like that.
So I think we're in agreement there. We'll see. We got to stay tuned to find out. Game 2 is going to be in Denver on Sunday. So we're filming this Saturday. So game 2 tomorrow night. It'll be interesting to see if the Heat can get some life and maybe steal one in the Mile High City. That would be big for them. All right.
Well, that is all we have for today's episode of the Bunsa's Bucket List podcast. As always, thanks to everyone for supporting us, and we hope you enjoyed episode 4. We have some very exciting guests lined up in the future, so stay tuned for more episodes to come soon.
All right, that's it. Thanks, everyone. If you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to the podcast on Spotify and YouTube. You can find us at Bunsa's Bucket List. Thanks again, and we'll see you guys next week.
See ya.
Later.